This is a 2026 Ford Expedition Max, and I may have some good news for you guys if you are in the market. I borrowed this SUV from Ken Garff Ford here in West Valley, Utah. It is sold, but in case it becomes available, be sure to ask for Ken. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys see the options and features on this build. At the very top is a description. Marsh gray is a color with a black interior. And then this is a short listing of the standard features. This does have the 600A equipment group. And then here are all the options. So Marsh gray is $495. Stealth Performance Package is $74.50. Base price comes in at $76,950. Destination is $25.95 for a total price of $87,490. And then here are the Feely Common numbers off to the side. Here's the good news. The Expedition did see a $900 price decrease for 2026. However, if you're adding packages to it, they did increase the price of the packages. So that Stealth Performance Package was $74.50, I believe it was. You guys saw? I think it was like $65.45 last year. But regardless of that, they did take away a few features that I did see on the interior, and I'll show that to you guys here in a second. But I like the refresh. This thing looks super nice. You guys can see it also has an LED strobe that goes all the way across on the other side. It's pretty cool. Blackout for that Ford badge, and it has like a nice silver accent. I like it. It really flows well. You have more black trimming down below. You can see some of those parking sensors, some flow through. The only thing you're missing is fog lights. Full LED. So yeah, I think it definitely works together. They do blackout Expedition. There's a front camera, active grille shutters, which is going to help with aerodynamics and heating. Now this one here does have a coiled front suspension, double wishbone, which is why it rides so good. And you guys see the tires here? These are Goodyear Eagle Touring tires, 285/45, 24-inch wheel. And if you don't know, these are basically 33-inch tall tires, 11.2 inches in width. Love the gloss black on those running boards, although I will say, if you plan on keeping this a long time, you might want to PPF those. 6 lug, by the way, and I do like the way these wheels look. I mean, if you're after more of a more rugged look, you obviously would go with the trimmer package, but this looks pretty cool. Black mirror caps. I definitely think the Stealth Performance is the way to go, for sure. Turn signals on the mirrors, cameras, and puddle lights down there too. More of that gloss black trimming around the windows. You guys see your keypads right there. Smart key system for the front and rear doors. And if we pop up here, you'll see the roof has a twin panel. And here's where you're going to fill up at. Now out back, some people will say that the rear is controversial. And I get it. Some people don't like the black trimming. But I think with this color, it does mesh well with the black rear. It also has the split tailgate. They do hide the hitch. They hide the windshield wiper, which really does clean up the back. And I like the black badging too. Now shocking, they use incandescent bulbs for your license plate lights. They do provide a sprayer to clean off this camera. And here's that button right here. This is for your receiver hitch if you're hooking up at night. You saw that light was LED, right? And this will be power too. So you have that split tailgate, so if you do like to tailgate, this acts as a seat, and I like that. It's really the only SUV in the segment in this class that has a split tailgate, and it borrows it from the Range Rover. I mean, you guys know they used to have a relationship. I still think that they're still together personally, because there's a few things that pop up that show that otherwise. Here's your seating controls here. Like that, you can recline that third row, or if you need to, you can drop it down. You don't even have to hold the buttons. They do provide lights back here too. You guys see the lights up here? They are directional too. Hopefully you guys can see that. And they give you one on this side as well. 120 volt power plug. If you have groceries, you can hang them on here. And I like that they give you a 60-40 bench too. If you want to put this back up, you can't just put it up by itself. Now, if you don't have to push 2 buttons because you're lazy, all I do is push this button here and it closes both of them. It's pretty cool. The new Expedition Hitch, I like this. I would definitely put this on my list if I was in the market for a full-size SUV. Here's some good news. They did not reduce the power out of this EcoBoost engine for 2026. Most people know that the 2026 F-150 saw less power. So this engine, being the high output, has 440 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. All that power does go through a 10-speed transmission, and the benefit of this engine is you have those turbochargers to make up for these higher altitudes. So we're at 4,300 feet. You guys can see those beautiful mountains over there. We still don't have any snow yet. Hopefully soon we'll get some snow. A lot of snow, that is. There's a little bit up there, but I want to see a lot of snow. But yes, this engine makes up for this higher altitude because you lose about 3% of your horsepower every 1,000 feet you go up. 10-speed transmission, as I mentioned already, port and direct injection, also aluminum construction, so it is a little bit lighter. But who would not like to see a V8 option? I, for one, hope that they bring that V8 option back to the Expedition, and I think they probably could sell more SUVs. As far as the interior goes, the door card has a very unique color for this leather right here. That's not my camera, that does look different. But when you get this stealth performance, it does give you a sportier appearance inside. Auto up and down for the front and rear windows. Power folding outside mirrors. And a lot of soft touch on the door too. Great materials. 10-way driver seat. I would like to see a 12-way so the lumbar can go up and down for better adjustments. You can tilt the headrest. Can't do that in the Tahoes or even the Yukons for that fact. Full drive auto, electronic parking brake, and I love how big these seats are. This is probably the biggest advantage over the GM Twins, is you just get bigger seats. Platinum badge right there. And you guys see, where is that pesky wireless charger? They took it away. And I'm assuming they did that because maybe people don't really use them or care about them, and to save them a little bit of money. So yes, for 26 you don't have that wireless charger. 13.2 and this big old 24-inch screen up there. Some people love it, some people hate it. I like it. Let's check out the passenger side. Eight-way seat for the passenger side. You still have those touch headrests. And one thing I like about this dash design is I feel like you have more visibility up here. It just feels different from other competitors. And I like the way this feels up front. Here's those vanities right here. You can slide this, although you might have to have at least in accessory mode for it to work. USBs, Type C's, 12 volt right there. And you guys saw that removable tray. Out back, if you want a bench in the second row, you can. And you probably will not remember, but last year for 2025, you could get tiered seat back pockets because you had these USBs here. However, they took that away. But look at this. I found this guy on YouTube. He's really, really good at doing reviews, and he actually showed that. You see that right there? Let's see. So he shows the tier right there of the seat back pockets, and I was like, that was pretty cool. And this truck, oh wow, it has a bench seat too. So yeah, you guys want to subscribe to this guy, he's pretty cool. But you can pretty much tell here that if you do have a tablet, you see this? You can actually put a tablet, and I apologize how dark it is. Here we go. that might be better for you. But yeah, if you need to put a tablet inside of here, you can. Man, this thing is really secure. So all you'd have to do is just pull down like that, and then boom, you can put your tablet inside of here. But if you have a phone, you can use this one here. And just so you guys can see better, the sun's not working with me right now. Outboard heated seats, single climate control out back, and you have those USBs on the back of both seats. Love how large this center walkway is. And then, in case you need to see, these seats are perforated leather, 60/40 bench, they're power. You have 4 USBs, 2 on each side. Air vents on the roof are right there. And look how much room you have. Hence why you get the Max. 2-spoke steering wheel. You guys see? This does have like a sensor. So if you swipe your hand around it, you'll see here, you can adjust your steering wheel. Or if you need to select your pedals down below, you can adjust those too. Some people are gonna love this, and I'm pretty sure a lot more people are gonna hate it. I don't mind it. It's, you know, it's technology. Things are always gonna be advancing. But yes, this interior works for me. I like how everything is set up. If you put it in reverse, you see your 360 camera. And this does have self-parking. Gear selectors right there. Trailer brake controller is right there. I don't like that location, but hey, it is what it is. Now, as I said earlier, you can slide this guy. And we're clear back there. Now you have this deep storage. And let's check that out. That's an old school Ford right there. Model T. If you want to slide it back. It's pretty fast too. It's not automatic, so you have to hold it. So if you want to go a little bit, you can. These seats are so comfortable. And this screen is pretty intuitive. I would say that it would take a little bit of time to learn it. But for the most part, it should be pretty simple. The home screen, this is showing you everything here. Of course, this has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. If you swipe up here, you can see some of your climate controls. Your heated and ventilated seats with steering wheel are located inside of the screen on both sides. And if you push here, you have some gauges that show up top. So you can check out your boost, tire pressure, fuel economy can be up there. Or if you don't want anything up there, you can. Off-road status. It's pretty cool. You can even put your audio up there. Weather can be put up there. Enable location sharing on touchscreen. Now we're not going to do all that. We don't have time. Here's a few more things. Lighting. So now your lighting controls are inside of here. You do have ambient lighting. Thank you Ford for doing this. We appreciate your service. Zone lighting also. Okay. That's pretty much all I care to show you. I think that for the most part, Ford has done a great job with this interior. I think that if I were in the market, as I said, I would not mark this off my list. This is such a nice SUV. If you do plan on towing or putting this in your business name, these numbers here are going to be very important to you. So front gross axle weight rating is going to be 3550. The rear is 4438. And gross vehicle weight rating is 7720. 24 by 9.5 wide wheels. And you guys see right here, 1,325 pounds of payload, 42 PSI for the tires all the way around. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. This is definitely a really nice upgrade if you're already owning a Ford Expedition. I like this styling so much better than the previous gen. This is so much better. And I think that for what they've done for the interior, it's definitely up there at the top of my list.